You can't even begin all these other pieces if you don't have a tight set of financials. If you do not have your financials set to some extent of profit and loss and balance sheet, number one, you obviously have to use a great accounting firm where whatever city you're located in, use someone to make sure you're keeping up on your taxes. But number two, and maybe even a 1B and a 1C before I get to number two, is your own internal analysis. If you are, I'm going to use roofing as an example. When you're doing sales of roofing, is it commercial? Is it residential? What products are you? The more that you can analyze the types of sales that you have, in addition to having a clean set of books to watch trends, I know as a business entrepreneur, it's really tough because you're out there just running full steam ahead, trying to earn as much revenue as you can, pay your bills accordingly. And when the dust settles, there's some money left over and you get to put that in your pocket, give it to your accountant, pay your taxes. But I want you to remember, if you're going into the marketplace, the tighter your financials are, the more self-evaluative you are with your financials, the easier and cleaner it will be for us to maximize that value when the time comes. Because you really want to showcase how good you are at your business, how diversified you are.
Yeah, think about the Shark Tank, part of the show where they walk in and they go through all the things and they start getting into the numbers. And those that don't know the numbers or are unclear on the numbers or understand what the numbers mean tend to not get the deal, right? Think about it. Those are buyers being sharks, right? Looking to make a deal to buy into or buy the business, and that is foundational. So great accounting firm, tight set of P&Ls, know your numbers and know your internal analysis. Everybody who's listening to this,
Isn't it
as
isn't it
entrepreneurs.
almost cringy when you're watching it and you feel very bad for the people? And unbeknownst, Brett, you may know this. I know this. I've had many associates that have been on that particular show. I've had the fortune of meeting the Sharks themselves. Did you know that each pitch was over 3 hours long? I don't know if you're aware of that or not.
I was not. No, this is
Oh,
news to
yeah.
me. Yeah.
2.5 to 3 hours minimum. You see, what, 6 minutes or whatever the highlights are. So they're in there going through everything. They just grab some highlights. It's a minimum of 2.5 to 3 hours each individual pitch. So do know your information. And don't be embarrassed to bring documentation with you. I've never seen someone pull out paper with them, but the reality is if I'm a buyer, as I deal with buyers all day long, it's okay to say, I don't know, let me get you that answer, or let me look this up real quick for you. You can't know every single question, but definitely practicing and being grilled so you don't have those cringeworthy moments. And that's not just on the Shark Tank, that's actually in life when you're dealing with the buyer.
That's in real life, everybody. Again, we're speaking with Lee Heisman. You can learn more about Lee by going to esladvisors.com, elsadvisors.com. They're exit stage left advisors, maximize multiples, minimize stress, help you to negotiate, list and sell your business. Perfect. Okay, so what question have I asked, or what would be the next step to maximizing the value that you want to take us to, Lee?
Sure. So, part of our slogan, we talk about maximizing value, is also minimizing the stress. And it's using third-party organizations, such as your CPA firm, such as potentially a business growth expert. We don't offer those things. But Brett, if you're really, really good at making your widget, whatever business that you're in, don't hesitate to utilize the professionals to help craft your business better. So that internal self-evaluation I speak of, that's probably the biggest weakness of most entrepreneurs, just because, as I said, most are top line, bottom line, pay my taxes,